Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome to the daily forecast for Friday, July 19th, 2024. It is the day of Venus, the day of love. We have a waxing gibbous moon. We are in Cancer season, the Celtic tree month of holly, woodpecker season, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, and Pluto retrograde. So many retrogrades and more to come later on in the year. So today the sun is in Cancer, cardinal water, representing intuition. The moon is second quarter Capricorn, cardinal earth, representing ambition. Mercury is in Leo, fixed fire, representing ideals. Venus is in Leo, fixed fire, meaning to be ardent. Jupiter is in Gemini, mutable air, representing questing. Saturn is retrograding in Pisces, mutable water, meaning that we need to redefine our dreams. Uranus is in Taurus, fixed earth, representing renovation. Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, mutable water, representing a spiritual awakening, and Pluto is retrograding in Aquarius, fixed air, meaning that we need to examine intentions. Now, very briefly, the retrograde mantras for Saturn: reevaluate goals, reconsider commitments, reclaim authority. For Neptune retrograde, reimagine dreams, reclaim sense of mystery, reclaim faith and magic. And for Pluto retrograde, reclaim ability to regenerate, reconsider what deserves your energy, and release attachments that do not serve. Still, we are in the waxing gibbous moon, so we still have a little bit more time to cultivate our magical intentions. Now, for the Capricorn moon, some of our do's are strategize, organize, plan, but the don'ts are getting involved. To see the Capricorn moon is not up to it. Trying to avoid conflict with enforcement agencies. Good advice on a general day, but Capricorn has a way of it has a great sense of its own autonomy, doesn't it? I mean, we all know that with Leos and Leo placements that, there's always an acknowledgement of I'm wearing a crown, and isn't it so pretty and sparkly? But Capricorn moon, there's a little bit something more hard-edged about it. It knows it's in charge. It doesn't need a royal title, and it just it expects obedience. And so having too much of that energy, if you're having to deal with any kind of enforcement agency or any kind of government bureaucracy, not going to be the most helpful thing today. And then the other thing to avoid would be cold strategy, taking all emotion out of things, and taking, honestly, all human consideration out of things, and just, oh, I can get things done by doing this way, and to hell with the consequences. Try to avoid that if you feel yourself leaning in a more ruthless direction today. So on this day of Venus, we have passionate Venus in Leo. It might be coming into conflict with the Capricorn moon, because the Capricorn moon is going to be more inclined to, we are going to accomplish our goals and possibly take over the world later this afternoon. And if you and your spouse happen to be feeling these influences, and one of you's feeling more of the Venus and the other's feeling more of the Capricorn moon, and you're leaning in opposite directions from each other, try to avoid major conflict at this time. This is not the day to hash out your relationship issues. Save that for better moon placements, and just try to, I don't want to say exactly go along to get along, but try not to create needless issues, and acknowledge that someone might be needing to go in a different direction. They might need a little bit of space to do that. What you can do for your spouse is to permit them to have that space. So if that's your situation, just accept it. There will be a better time to reconnect later on. Now for today's tarot, we have the Page of Wands. His keywords are application, study, scholarship, reflection, news, messages, delivery, and rule, and rulership, really. And for the suit of Wands, remember, fire element, masculine energy, projective, drive, and earnest effort. Particularly when you're dealing with a page. You're dealing with someone who's, younger than the knight, less experienced, but someone who's probably very earnest, very sincere, and they're really giving their all, even if, they haven't really attained mastery in what it is that they are doing. So if you find yourself in any kind of studying pursuits today, whether it relates to your spirituality or anything else that you're doing, try to adopt this kind of mental attitude of the Page of Wands. He knows he still has much to learn. He knows he still has a far way to go. Diving into what he's doing and to make what progress he can, knowing that perspective, wisdom, experience, all of that will come in later, but right now his task is to really get down into those basics and try to make connections and figure out how it all works. So I really feel like anyone who's studying, that this might be an energy that you will be especially feeling today. Now, for today's Celtic triad, three other blessings better than all: the blessing of father and mother, the blessing of the sick and wounded, and the blessing of one in adversity. So, parental blessings, it really does strengthen someone's soul if they have the genuine approval of their parents, particularly if those parents are of good character and conduct. They really. They didn't just fulfill their duty, but they're really what we think that a mother and father should be. Loving, supportive. They provided the right mixture of guidance and discipline, and they have helped a person really come into their own. And for them to be proud of you when you are at that stage, that means a great deal. The blessings of the ill and the infirm. If someone who has significant health problems is saying something nice about you, that's really an indication that you have been of service to them, or at least of comfort to them, that you have done something that has actively improved their situation. And then the blessing of one in adversity, it's very similar thing. It indicates that you have displayed empathy, perhaps have been a practical assistance, or at least just showed some degree of fellow feeling, or maybe an idea of, oh, I've been in that situation myself, and X, Y, and Z really helped me. Don't know if that'll be really relevant to you, but it's worth a shot. All of these things is about, it's people seeing something good come from someone's conduct, and recognizing and acknowledging that, even if that perhaps they've been facing so many challenges that a person would certainly forgive them from showing any kind of acknowledge to anyone else, but that it has been so outstanding that they had to praise that person. So that really speaks to perhaps a standard we might try to strive for. Are we the kind of person who actually is actively doing good in the world? Now, for today's magical intention, it is truth. The color is white, the plant is the lotus, the animal is the owl, and the crystal is the diamond. Now, obviously, most of us do not have spare diamonds lying around for magical purposes. So, of course, you could use a white quartz as a substitute. There would be no problem with that. Or if you have a diamond in your engagement ring, that would be something that you could use for magical purposes if you so chose. Now, when it comes to truth, this phrase kept popping into my head. Truth is transcendence. Truth is transcendence. We begin being able to discern the outline of truth from studying the facts that are available to us, the things that we are really sure on solid ground, and not just emotionally sure. There's a lot of evidence and a lot of reason to think that, yes, barring something that is overwhelmingly to the contrary, that somehow explains all this away, this thing that we're looking at, it is what it is. And what we do is that is our starting point, and then from there to the discovery of truth is getting to a level beyond that, to understanding not just what something is, but understanding what it means and the ramifications and how it fits in with the larger spiritual tapestry of the universe. So if you're feeling contemplative today, these are the correspondences for you. Now for our practice, it's Friday, so we honor love deities. Also a good day to work on third eye chakras. For your contemplation, what aspect of your Venus sign has been surprising to you? It's Friday, so do something nice to your spouse. And this is even if they are feeling perhaps some of that Capricorn moon energy that's perhaps drawing them away from you and into some project that you may or may not have any interest in whatsoever. Still, do something nice for them. It might involve giving them their space, or if he's working on his car in the garage or whatever, maybe this would be the time to make him the proverbial sandwich or whatever else. But it's looking for an opportunity just to show them that you care, even if you are having to do your caring at a little bit of a distance because they've gotten obsessed with some project. Or maybe you're the one who's being obsessive with some project. Perhaps this will be an opportunity for your spouse to show you a little bit of extra love and understanding and space while you are working on your projects. But also for today, I would suggest doing some self-care, a bubble bath, a meditation before bed, whatever just kind of sets you to right. Do a little bit of that. And I don't know, it's just, I've been really feeling all through cancer season about this overwhelming need. Let's cleanse. Let's get rid of our emotional upheavals. Let's start taking care of ourselves. Let's get healthy. And so I pass it on to you. Now, last of all, for today, we have the journal prompt. Write about any emotional or spiritual burden you would like to be cleansed of. Articulating the issue that's bothering you often reveals a pathway to deal with it, or at least better understand the nature of what it is you are struggling with. And then from there, that starts giving you some more practical ways of that is what I have for you guys today. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. I look forward to your comments every single day. It is really wonderful to see people so vocal and lively. It's encouraging to no end. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. But I will see you in the comments section. And of course, I will see you in the next edition. But